Alright, this is my second ever collection video. This one's going to be mostly Xbox and Xbox 360 games. And just to kind of see, I don't know. I like doing this so far. Just kind of see if I get any better at it. I still need to learn how to edit, as you'll notice, but hopefully less interruptions this time. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I like it. This is the black edition. Comes with like a bonus disc. It's not a bad game though. Terrible condition on the box. I got this because it's a two-part Sega GT 2002. I didn't play this game. I played it for this Jet Set Radio Future, which I like. It's not. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing. It's not bad. I prefer the new Sunset Overdrive game, which it's very similar as far as controlling the skater and all that goes. It's mixed with more what's that, Infamous style combat, but still great game. Good. It's definitely good for the collection. I didn't play the GT series. I preferred the Project Gotham Racing series, which was awesome. Still not bad. The Suffering Ties That Bind. This is the sequel to the Suffering. It's pretty good. I like it better than the first one. It's actually pretty creepy. But I don't want to spoil anything, but you should definitely pick up the sequel if you don't. It's my Oculus Quest back there, the Quest 2. But you should definitely look into this. The sequel's pretty good. Let's see what we got. Box of them. This franchise is awesome. 2 is my favorite. I haven't played 3 or 4. I liked 1, but 2 was just great. I really liked it. It's a little arcadey and a little bit sim. I love it. It's really good. Jade Empire. I found a really clean copy of Jade Empire. This one's so I kind of want to go pick up the clean copy, which if anyone else collects, you know how that feels. It's like, do I really need 2 copies of the same damn game? The truth is no, obviously, but man, it's a fun game. I've only played about 5 hours, but I like it. The combat's not bad. Even with the old school controls, it's not bad at all. BioWare, of course, if you don't already know. This game, it's not a Red Dead Redemption clone. I wish I had known more about this game back in the day. This game's awesome so far, though. Only about 3 or 4 hours into it. It's supposed to be pretty short. It's only supposed to be about 8 or 9 hours, apparently, but it's an awesome game. I want to get the 360 version, though. Just because of ease of play, I hate having to unhook everything, because I want to play the Xbox on the older CRT monitors. I don't have one right now. I've been playing it on a flat screen with an HDMI, and it's just not the same. I don't think these systems were ever designed with HDMI in mind, which is fine. It's just, I want to find a good CRT monitor to play that on. But it's a great game. You should definitely pick this up. It's well worth it. So this game is strange to me because it has people like it. It's not that it's bad. It's just, it's not my style of game. It kind of plays like a Diablo view, but it feels like Gauntlet, where you have these little sections and you clear them and you find the exit and then you leave. And then maybe that's more like Diablo. I've only played Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, but I don't remember getting a Gauntlet vibe from Diablo. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is I don't know. I wouldn't pay the money for it because it's getting up there in price, but it's a cool game. Just not my type of game. So if you're into Gauntlet or Diablo, you'll probably enjoy it. I've heard I think it's based on a board game series or a comic book series. Not entirely sure. I never got into the SSX games, but I heard this is the best of them. I played a little bit of this. I liked it, but there's a lot to the controls. I was surprised. It's very in-depth. I like that. I may get back into it. There's apparently a PS3 version or PS4 of it's just called SSX. It's not tricky. It's just SSX. I don't know if it's any good. These were all the rage in the, I guess, Xbox is that late 90s, 2000s attitude era, if you will. EA big. I don't know. Ninja Gaiden Black. I went and played through the original 2 or 3 times. I got really good at it. I've only played halfway through this one. I don't know. I guess you get burned out because it's not that much different. It is more difficult, but other than that, that's really it. However, I've heard that you can unlock the Ninja Gaiden arcade game, which only exists, to my knowledge, on one system in cartridge form, anyways. And that's the Lynx. You can buy it now digitally on the Arcade Archives, on the Switch for sure, maybe on PS4 and Xbox. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have it on the Switch, so I don't really need, but it'd be cool to still unlock this. I just having to play through it when I don't really want to play through it. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. People talk about how difficult it was, and it is, but if you get good at it, you don't really have too many issues. Just to watch some of the people on YouTube speedrun it or that are really, really good at it. I'm average at it, but I can get through it. It's crazy how good those guys are. So this game's interesting. I like it. Like I said, I went through a big gladiator phase with this. Yeah, see, video hasn't gotten any better. I went through a gladiator phase with the PS2 Xbox era, but it's kind of difficult, but it's fun. It gives you a lot of different variety of missions. It's generic as far as the combat style goes, but however, the Dynasty Warriors-esque, but you get a lot of objectives. You know what? It's Dynasty Warriors, I'll give you that, like the fighting style and this and that, but it's more akin to the new Dynasty Warriors, or should I say the other franchise that Koei supports. Okay, like the Zelda. Zelda did the Hyrule Warriors. It plays like that. It has a lot of different mission objectives. You do all kinds of different things, and it's just you run around in a free-for-all style combat. But with most games that are set in that era, it's brutal and it's bloody. Oops. And that's why I like it. I like games that have like brutal death animations and things like that. And I guess I'm still juvenile in a lot of ways. I just wanted to collect all the wrestling games that I could. I think they're going to be hard to find eventually. This one doesn't play very well. Just like the Legends of Wrestling 1 doesn't play very well. And then there's a final one. It's like Legends Showdown, I think. So there's 3 in the series, if you don't know. There's Legends of Wrestling, obviously. Legends of Wrestling 2, and then Legends. And if you don't, I think they say that the licensing rights to this is actually what is the final straw for Acclaim, because they paid a lot of money to get these characters. And then, of course, it didn't sell all that well, and that was kind of one of the final things for Acclaim. It just, I don't know. The controls are just weird. I don't know. But, you know, if you're a wrestling fan, it's something to have in your collection. I told you, I probably haven't told you, you don't know anything about me, but these games are average at best, but they're cool anyways to see that they did it. I have 1 and 2. This is 1, obviously. It's Rocky. I mean, it's not a great boxing game. It's not a horror, well, I don't know. It's not great. But, you know, I have it. It's cool. I like it. Judge me. Don't care. This was actually extremely hard to find, but I wanted the Tenchu series. Tenchu PlayStation will forever be my favorite one, but I was like, you know what? I think they had like PS2, Xbox, and Xbox 360 versions, and sure enough, they did, and it took me forever to find this. Yes, I understand I can go on eBay most of the time and get what I'm looking for, but I just think about just finding it out randomly, and it's a clean copy. You know, the controls are what they are, but I love the Tenchu series. I really do. I don't, and here's the thing. So I've noticed the Echigoya mission is always the opening mission. Is that like a tradition, or is it a remake? Is it always a remake? I don't know. But, yeah, it's a great game. The Tenchu series, they pretty much all play the same. They add new features. That's really about it. Like, you get more weapons, more things like that. Full-on tutorial modes, things like that, but I love it. PlayStation version is by far my favorite, the original Tenchu. I wish they would bring it back, but I don't know. Rocky Legends. There's Rocky 2 and the Rocky Legends. This one's the better of the 3, but it's still not great. Yeah, it's still published by Ubisoft. I like that whole Rocky vibe. Honestly, the best Rocky game lately is Creed, Rise to Glory. For one, it's a fucking workout, and for two, it's awesome. You should try. They have it on PlayStation VR, and usually you can get it on sale. Oculus stuff never goes on sale. I've played both versions. They're both awesome. The obvious I should probably stop talking about Rocky Legends and stop talking about Creed Rise to Glory. But yeah, this game's okay. I like playing as Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang's probably my favorite villain of all time. He's just badass. And who wouldn't want to? I would much rather be him versus Rocky. Dude was just badass. Yeah. Kill Switch, cool game. I only played like 3 or 4 missions. There's not many. I think there's like 7 or 8 missions. But one of the first third-person cover-based shooters. The controls are weird, but it's still, for an early third-person shooter, it's not bad at all. It's just obviously you don't have the same amount of controls that you do on Xbox controllers. You do on, say, a 360 or PS4 nowadays for third-person shooters, but you can set it up, try to make it a little more modernized, but you're going to be missing the 2 bumpers, obviously. Still, you could use the white and black buttons on the Xbox controller to compensate for that, but it's not bad. Just, whether there's better ones, though, in my opinion, but still, not bad. The Witcher 2, I've only played about 2 hours of this. I heard it's supposed to be better than Witcher 3, but I think that's more subjective. I haven't played Witcher 3 all that much. I haven't played Witcher 1, but I've always wanted to play this one. So obviously I bought it. And I really want to get into it. I don't have as much time, obviously, as I used to be able to play it. But one of these days, I'll get to it. So this is a good example of a game that everyone says is so hard. It's not that the game is hard. The shooting mechanics are horrible in this game. And it's just not worth it to fight with them. I was really into this game, really interested. I wanted to get into it. It's got some interesting things. It's supposed to be pretty brutal. There's not a whole lot of Vietnam games. Men of Valor, or Men of Honor, is another one that's on Xbox that I would like to try to pick up from, I think, Vivendi, but I don't know for sure. But I don't know. It's just, if the shooting mechanics weren't so god-awful in this game, I would give it more of a chance. It's really hard to want to do that. I loved this series. Mafia 1 was the definitive edition. I didn't play the original. I just played the definitive edition. Oh my goodness. You definitely need to pick that up. The only problem with the Mafia definitive edition is the enemies are kind of bullet spongy, whereas this one, it's much better. The controls are better. The combat shooting's better. The cover mechanics are better. If you could suffer through Mafia 1's shooting, then do it. But it's a beautiful world. It's a lot of fun, but this one's by far the best. I like 3 the most personally, just because of how brutal it was. The relationship between the CIA guy, and I can't think of the protagonist's name in that, but it's brutal. The way he kills people and everything. Like I said, I like that brutal animation as part of my it's part of what I like about some certain video games. But yeah, this game was just great. Yep. Lost Planet, Extreme Conditions. These games are difficult, but they're fun. Like, they really are. I don't know. I really like them. I have the whole series. I have this one on Xbox 360, obviously. I have 2 and 3 on the PS3. I haven't played 3 yet. I've played 1 and 2. only for a few hours each, because they're difficult games, and I don't have, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time. So when a game gets to a difficult point, I have to kind of put it on the shelf for a little bit so I can get to something a little more digestible, so to speak. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it, but just be ready for a challenge. Anarchy Reigns, sealed, obviously. The only reason I got this, there's two reasons why I got this. So I have Mad World on the Wii. I just hate that everything has to be motion controlled. I've gotten used to it though, so I've been playing Mad World quite a bit lately, and I love it. And this one it's sort of a sequel, but this one's not as good. I have the sealed copy, obviously, but but I have a copy that I play with. This sealed copy was it was really cheap. It was like $1, so I was like, why not sealed game? But I have a copy that I play too. It's just not the same, but it's got more characters, and if you're a huge Bayonetta fan, it's got Bayonetta as a playable character. I don't know if that's in here anywhere. I think this was more to be like a co-op multiplayer style. I don't know. It's just not as good. Play Mad World if you get a chance. They should really release Mad World without motion controls on the Switch. Oh man, The Condemned. Great series of games. Great series, I guess it's just 2. But it's really, really good. It was, I wonder if people get this confused with Outlast, because it has a very similar, like, look and feel in a way, but it's a great game, and it's actually pretty damn creepy. It depends on what creeps you out, I suppose, but I thought it was creepy. I liked it. I don't know why this didn't get more publicity. This was awesome. Maybe because it has so many similarities with other games, but it's like, what do you expect? Like, what else can games do? Like God of War made one of the most fantastic 3D beat 'em up playstyles, engines, and a lot of people copied it. I mean, so what? You know, and then it copied basically the new God of War, basically copied Demon Souls and Resident Evil, because it's over the shoulder, third person, dodge, parry combat, right? I didn't see people giving it so much crap, you know, because it was a great game. Like, a great game is a great game, even if it has to borrow a copy. But it's not like this is identical. It gives you all these different Spider-Mans. You got Noir Spider-Man. It's just, I don't know. If you're a comic book fan, it's a fun game. If you're a Spider-Man fan, it's an even funner game. It really is. I don't know. People complain too much. It's like, you get to play video games. Like, what world is that a complaint? Like, why complain about it? Just play it and have fun. If it truly sucks, then okay, it truly sucks, but this does not suck. So, it's interesting playing this game. I want to go through and beat it. I've only played the first couple missions, levels, missions, whatever you want to call it. But it's interesting seeing the evolution from the PlayStation 2 era games, like the Two Towers, Return of the King, things like that, and then going into this one and seeing how the combat evolved into the new Shadow series, Shadow Mordor, Shadow War, which are 2 of my favorite games of all time. There's something about murder in those orcs. 1, it's the brutal combat that I've told you about that I absolutely love. 2, it's something about it feels very substantial when Talion's like stabbing them or chopping off heads. It's just awesome to see the evolution of that. This one's pretty cool so far. Apparently it has like, I don't know, but 3 paths, but you can select the ranger, something else in the dwarf. I just don't remember. There's an elf. I think she's the elf, but you can use the ranger and the dwarf. Anyways, you should definitely pick it up. It's fun so far. I've only played a couple of missions, but so far I like it. Haven't played this yet. Heard it was good. I've been trying to also collect some of the superhero Marvel games. I don't know about Thor though. I haven't heard anything about it. I should probably look into that. I haven't played the new Avengers game. It's not cheap enough for me to play yet. I want to wait till it drops in price. Because one, I'm not a big online player. People can tell me how crappy the single player is. I don't care. I want to judge for myself, but I didn't want to pay $60, and I don't want to pay maybe $30. It depends. If I could get the Ultimate Edition for $30, then I'd go for it. But I don't know. It's just I'm not ready to pay that much money for a game yet. This game's not bad. I mean, people, because it's a movie tie-in, maybe is why people don't like it, but it's good graphics, decent combat. I mean, what more do you want from a game set in a world that you may or may not like? If you don't like the Spider-Man world, then skip it. If you don't mind that world and you enjoy the game, yes, obviously, there's way better Spider-Man games out now. The PS4 version with all its DLC and the Miles Morales version, definitely way better, but, you know, give it a shot. I mean, you got nothing else to do. I think it's a good one to try. Oh, so this is a pretty sweet beat 'em up. It plays similar to I don't know, a Capcom fighting game. It's kind of difficult though, and maybe it's just because I haven't put enough time into it. I've only put a few hours into it, but it's kind of difficult, honestly. But you have like special moves, dodges, throws, all kinds of neat little things. But yeah, it's definitely it's from Capcom. I don't hear many people talk about this. I just kind of randomly found. I was like, oh, you know, I'm a huge beat 'em up fan, so anytime I can find a halfway decent beat 'em up, even if it's not halfway decent, I'll still pick it up and play. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Just kind of difficult. Like I said, maybe I just haven't put enough time into it. This, I don't know why I picked this up, but it's actually really, really fun. It's a first-person shooter, and you're set in like these missions. It's just, and you get to command your squad. You defuse bombs, you rescue hostages, but I feel like it's really, really tactical, and it's easy to screw up, but it's a lot of fun. Honestly, it feels like a very primitive version of Rainbow Six Siege. That's honestly what it feels like. So if you want to have a Rainbow Six Siege style game on your Xbox, this is the one. I can only imagine how much fun this would have been back in the day if you had set up like a LAN party. Does anybody, people remember what a LAN party is? You didn't have to worry about your internet going down because it was just all connected to each other. Awesome game though. Like, I'm sure it's super cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I know it wasn't much, but I would pick this up if I were you. You'll trust me. You'll see. Yeah, or you might not, but I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of jank. I don't mind a little bit of meh, but I don't think this one was average, honestly. But I like good games. I like bad games. This one's up there, honestly. Yeah, so what I just said, but this, I believe it or not, this is a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. Wait till you see the next one. Whew. This is a lot of fun. Just trust me. You'd be surprised the mechanics of this. It's not what you think. It's a lot of fun. Give it a shot. That's all I can tell you. Judge me all you want, but these games play really, really well. Yes, the theme is stupid, and it's like, but they play really well. The graphics aren't bad. You can pick up all the weapons around the arena. You can beat the living crap out of people. What more do you want from a video game, man? You know? So you're probably like, oh god, this guy just plays the most terrible games. No, it's just people, they rate these games that have no interest in them, and they just say, oh, it sucks. It's like, you know, if the guy that Cuphead video that went viral, I felt kind of bad for him, but at the same time, if he'd have been like, well, the game's too difficult, so I'm gonna give it a 5, you see my point. This game's fun. Don't like it? Then don't play it. But it's fun. Dragon Age 2, I haven't played yet. I just started Dragon Age. It's going to take me a while. I've heard that nobody liked this with the exception of a handful of people. because they changed the combat or something to make it more actiony, which I don't mind. So I'll let you know when I get around to it. I'm not super elitist, so if the action's not, you know, this ridiculously intricate thing, I think I'll be okay. But when I get around to it. Need for Speed Undercover. I like it. It's it follows the apparently Carbon, Most Wanted, and Undercover. They all kind of are the same story arc. Yeah, I like all the Need for Speed games. People complain about a lot of them. I like most of them. So yeah, I'm just kind of throwing them in a pile. I'll clean them up when I'm done. Yes, I will clean them up because it's my bed. 99 Nights. Well, I like it because I love the Dynasty Warriors style of games. But this one takes it to like the 9th level. Get it? But honestly, I liked it a lot. It's just, it takes some getting used to because it doesn't play exactly like Dynasty Warriors, but there's a lot more guys on screen for one, and it's fun for what it is. Graphics are obviously better, but give it a shot. The Fear series. So I've played a little bit of each one. This is the one I've played through the most. I want to finish it though. The reason, because my copy because I originally started on the PS3, my copy was defective, and I wasn't sure if it was me, like my copy specifically, or not, because it would just get to a certain mission and the mission wouldn't set off. So I would run the update, I'd restart the PS3 and it still wouldn't work. So I got this copy on 360 and it works just fine. So I have to finish it up on the 360, but it's not an easy game. Maybe because it's early first person. I'm not great at first person to begin with, but I'm not that bad at them. I keep getting my ass kicked on this one for some reason. I don't know. Tenchu Z, it's weird. It's not quite Tenchu. I mean, it is. It's just different. They changed so much about it. I don't know why. It's not as much fun as the other ones. But Tenchu fan, trying to have the collection. This game I actually really like. I've only played about 2 or 3 hours, but it's a blast. It follows a lot of the things from the movie well. Not necessarily the story, but like the just what you can do, the curving of the bullets, the shooting, the fighting. Like, it's fun. Give it a shot, honestly. People don't like movie tie-in games, but it's awesome. Okay, I'm only gonna do a couple more. This is a lot of fun. So this is basically Pikmin, but with gremlins, essentially. They're not gremlins, but honestly, like the little jokes that they make, what they do, they're basically gremlins. Warner Brothers definitely use their IPs, because tell me that doesn't look like Sauron or, you know, the Nazgul from the Shadow of War series. Like, honestly, a ripoff. Still, a lot of fun. Part 2 is a prequel, but you've got to play this game. If you like Pikmin, you like a little bit of the squad-based game is basically how it plays, you'll really like it. It's a lot of fun. These guys are awesome. I think these are going to be hard to find, so I'd start trying to pick them up. This game seemed so strange, but it seems so strange to me. I should probably finish my thoughts, but all right, I'm getting a phone call, so that's going to end this video.